Incessant rains in parts of Manipur in the last 2 days has led to flooding in several areas. Among the worst affected district is Thoubal, where the overflowing Khangbok Turel or Sangong Khong River has affected scores of families in Khangabok. Now, hundreds of families are living at relief camps set up by the district administration in Thoubal. So this is the situation in Manipur's Thoubal district now. Incessant rains over the last 2 days in the state have led to flooding in several areas of Thoubal. And among the worst affected district is Thoubal, and the visuals here you can see on your screens. These visuals explain the state of affairs in Thoubal district following incessant rains. Now hundreds of families have been affected, especially those in Khangabok. Families are living in relief camps set up by the district administration, and the families lodged in the relief camps are hoping for a relief, are hoping for a respite as soon as possible. But for now, this is the situation in Manipur's Thoubal district. Very grim, very tense, and the situation has impacted scores of families. So many families have been lodged in relief camps, and these are the visuals of the relief camps, of the families huddled up in relief camps. And this, on the other side of the screens, is the situation in Thoubal district. Thoubal has been battered by severe rains over the last 2 days, displacing scores of families, forcing them to take shelter in relief camps set up by the district administration. And the rainfall has also reportedly affected farming, has also affected plantations as well as their farmlands. And the people are believed that the people have been reported to be suffering because of the extent of damage caused by the incessant rains over the last 2 days. Now the district administration has reached out to as many displaced families as possible, and the district administration is doing the best they can to ease the burden of the families affected by the incessant rains and affected by the floods in Thoubal. So this is the situation in Thoubal. And also it is to mention here that Khangabok Turel or the Sangong Khong River has affected scores of families. Yes, the rivers have affected scores of family in Khangabok. Hundreds are living at relief camps set up by the district administration in Thoubal. And to get more details on the extent of damage and the extent of effect caused by the incessant rains that led to subsequent flooding and displacement of the residents there, we are being joined over the phone line by my colleague Lucky Boy Singh. Now, Lucky Boy, looking at the visuals, it's quite disheartening that hundreds and hundreds of families, including small children, have been displaced because of the incessant rainfalls that triggered flash floods. Now, Lucky Boy, what is the latest update? Is it still, how is the weather there? How is the weather there? Is it still raining? And how can we, and when can we see some relief or some respite from the weather? Lucky.
Yes, Chipen, presently I'm at Khangabok right now, and yes, the rainfall still continues, and it has been affecting the rivers, and it leads to overflowing the water, and it has affected more than 50 to 60 families. Many 50 to 60 houses have been inundated by the overflowing of rivers, Khangabok rivers, and yes, more than hundreds of people have been displaced, and they have been taking shelter at a dry area which have been set up by the district administration, Thoubal, and in the relief camp. And as of now, yes, the water level, as in some parts of Khangabok, water level have been decreased, but still still we could witness water have been affecting the families. Even samples, schools have been also affected by the flash flood. And still, we also have the information that the local MLAs haven't visited, despite of the flash flood. There have been occurred from 22 of this August. It is 4 days as of now. And yes, people are demanding the government to look after the matter and to reduce the water level.
That's right. That's right. Lucky Boy, now, I want to know the extent of damage, especially with regard to the farmlands, the plantation, the paddy fields, and other means of livelihood. What is the extent of damage inflicted by the flash floods caused by incessant rains? Lucky.
Yes, Chipin, the extent of damages the floods have affected more than 100 acres of land, paddy field in the Khangabok. Not only in the Khangabok, the flash flood that occurs since the last 4 or 5 days have affected more than 100 in Senta, Khangabok, and many more. And yes, 50 to 60 houses have been affected in Khangabok, but till now we could not have the actual number of houses affected in Senta and overall the affected area.
That's right. Now, Lucky Boy, sheltering these people displaced by the floods is another thing, but how about the aftermath? Now, you see the visuals on the screens, and there is a risk factor involved. There may be waterborne disease, some other disease that might come up because of the level of contaminated water that has spread in and around the vicinity. Now, what steps are the government taking, is the government taking to address that?
Yes, right now, District Administration of Thoubal and led by the Deputy Commissioner have been looking after into the matter. Free food have been provided to all the affected families, and yes, as of now, we could not witness any medical teams arrived in relief camp affected by the flash flood. But by seeing the present scenario, all the water from the drainage has been also sprayed towards the houses. So yes, it may be it may spread many more diseases which is caused by the waterborne.